Today's update on Joseph Duggar's legal nightmare is straight-up explosive. In a brief but telling court appearance, Joseph's attorney stood before the judge for barely a minute and dropped a bombshell plan. They intend to depose 5 key state witnesses. There's just one massive problem. One of them is the now 14 or 15-year-old victim. Under the law, they can't touch her without a special court order. This isn't some last-minute strategy. Joseph has been pushing for these depositions for months. He even won a motion to compel them ages ago. Yet his team never followed through with subpoenas. Zero action, no plea deal talks. No attempt to wrap this up quietly. Despite Joseph's own recorded confession, he's barreling full steam toward trial. For context, pre-trial hearings can end with guilty pleas. In fact, the case right before Joseph saw another defendant accept a plea and plead guilty on the spot. Joseph could have spared everyone, including himself, time, money, and trauma. Instead, his team is gearing up to rip apart the entire investigation, targeting DCFS workers, the forensic interviewer, the lead investigator, and Florida caseworkers. Their goal? Dismantle the case and get that confession thrown out. But here's where it gets really dark and personal. Sources close to the situation claim there's one voice on that recorded confession call that changes everything. Kendra's. Allegedly, Joseph's wife was right there on the phone when he confessed to police. Her dad on the line too. If this goes to trial and that tape plays, the jury won't just hear Joseph. They'll hear Kendra's reaction, her words, her tone. Whether she cried, downplayed it, begged her dad not to turn him in, or stayed eerily calm. That single detail could explain so much. Smearing her own family, the Caldwells, spreading malicious narratives and hunting down her parents. According to the chatter, it's not just blind loyalty. She was allegedly on that call. She knows exactly what he admitted. And now both of their fates feel intertwined. Joseph's Florida case could directly impact Kendra's situation in Arkansas, where authorities are looking at child endangerment and failure to protect. If the confession stands, it doesn't just sink him, it spotlights her knowledge and inaction. By attacking the confession, they're fighting for both of them. No wonder they're in full Bonnie and Clyde mode. IBLP edition. The host pulls no punches, addressing Kendra directly. You're out here claiming your parents are controlling, that they're just trying to break up your marriage, that they only came forward after you kicked them out and stopped the free rent. But whispers from those close to the situation paint a different picture. That you knew what Joseph had done. That your calm reaction on the call wasn't shock. It was familiarity. That instead of immediately protecting your children, you stayed, planned, and even allegedly made statements offering to let people stay in the house despite the horror. Now the Caldwells are painted as villains while your own home was allegedly found in deplorable condition. Kids not potty trained, not in school, developmentally delayed, almost feral-like, pantry locked, rooms allegedly locked. Meanwhile, you and Joseph were allegedly living your best life, ordering food, planning trips, listening to podcasts, all while neglecting the very kids you claim to prioritize. The host draws from personal experience, walking away from an unhealthy, abusive relationship years ago despite pride, shame, and sunk costs. She sees parallels in Kendra, a young woman 27-28, deep in denial, too invested to admit her parents might have been right, too proud to accept that staying is destroying everything. This isn't just another Anna Duggar story of quiet endurance. This feels like active codependence and co-conspiracy. Joseph reportedly views the abuse through a distorted lens, comparing it to mere infidelity in their cult-like mindset, where victims can become seen as romantic rivals. Kendra, in this twisted narrative, allegedly takes revenge on her own sister instead of protecting her. The strategy is clear. Destroy the confession, attack the witnesses, smear the family that knows too much, and hope it exonerates them both. They're playing a dangerous game of chicken, dragging this out until the September pre-trial. Depositions are coming, but they're cherry-picking hostile witnesses while avoiding anyone who might support the state's case. The smoking gun? That recorded call with Kendra's voice allegedly on it makes coercion claims nearly impossible. A third party was present. Spousal privilege doesn't apply the same way. The state's case looks solid, and the longer this drags, the more damage done to innocent family members, especially the young victim. The host's final message is raw. Kendra has a crossroads moment many women face. Staying to prove everyone wrong, living in denial, or finding the strength to protect her children and herself. Right now it seems they're both doubling down, sinking the ship they helped set on fire. This saga exposes deep dysfunction, neglect, codependency, and a desperate attempt to rewrite reality. The Duggars' carefully crafted image continues to crumble as real consequences close in. What do you think? Is Kendra truly complicit, or just another victim of the system she grew up in? Will they succeed in getting the confession tossed? Drop your thoughts below. Smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss what happens next. This case is far from over, and the truth is getting harder to hide.